A sudden exit from the upper chamber. Tonight on Our News, called a voice for the voiceless. Opposition Senator Maxine Seymour resigns. We'll tell you the opposition shake-up today and what we know about the senator's resignation. The Prime Minister weighing in on Rick Fox's decision to join the Free National Movement, saying he is where he wants to be. The nation's leader reacts straight ahead. And invasive green iguanas on the move as calls for action in the Bahamas. We are learning thousands removed in Florida. Could the Bahamas be next? Sustainability Force is back tonight as experts sound the alarm on a green iguana expansion. Then in Our News at 7:30, redrawn lines, familiar faces, and new promises. The F&M lays out its game plan for Andros. Our News live at 7 starts right now. Welcome to Our News live at 7. Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Candino Knowles. A chapter closed in the Senate Thursday as Free National Movement Senator Maxine Seymour formally tendered her resignation, fighting back tears while signaling a deliberate transition after nearly 2 full legislative cycles. Delvado Emmanuel gets us started tonight.
Madam President, I rise today with gratitude, humility, and a deep sense of responsibility to formally tender my resignation from the Senate of the Commonwealth of the Bahamas.
Free National Movement Senator Maxine Seymour fighting back tears Thursday as she delivered her final address in the upper chamber. Seymour, first appointed to the Senate in 2021, formally announced her resignation, bringing to close nearly 2 cycles of legislative service and advocacy. The senator offered no specific details about her departure.
This is not a farewell born of fatigue, nor a retreat. It is a transition guided by principle. Public service is never meant to be comfortable. It is meant to be consequential. It asks of us not only conviction, but courage, not only ambition, but restraint. It demands that we know when to stand firm and when to step forward in a different way.
Colleagues from both sides of the aisle paid tribute to her contributions.
Never allowed the abuse of a child or the death, untimely demise of a child to go unnoticed by Bahamians, and I believe even others followed. She's a nationalist at heart who came to work every day to do her best in the interest of the Bahamian people.
And I don't think a lot of these words any other time, Madam President, but she did keep our feet to the fire. And she did so, Madam President, without acrimony and without malice.
As for who will replace her, the Free National Movement announced Nicole Martin will be appointed. President of the Senate, Lachelle Adderley, praised Seymour's significant contributions to various debates and called Seymour a voice to the voiceless.
Your contributions were not just limited to the Senate body, but community service, where it mattered most, to advocacy, to the rule of law, and to democratic principles. You did a yeoman's job with your contributions.
Reporting for Our News, I'm Delvado Emmanuel.
All right, thanks for that, Delvado. Meanwhile, Prime Minister Philip Davis keeping it short when asked to weigh in on former NBA star Rick Fox's decision to join the Free National Movement. Fox was officially ratified on Tuesday by the F&M as the candidate for Garden Hills. He'll run against sitting MP and Youth Sports and Culture Minister Mario Bowleg. Fox was appointed as an ambassador by the Progressive Liberal Party back in 2022. And today, while leaving the Opportunity Hub event held at National Training Agency on Gladstone Road, Our News asked the Prime Minister his thoughts on the decision.
I think he's where he wants to be.
All right, and 10 new faces among the 12 candidates ratified for the F&M Tuesday night. For some, they're facing strong incumbents in the PLP in areas known for PLP support. As Jerome Sawyer reports tonight, they seem pretty confident despite the odds.
More new faces and races that have shaped the local political landscape. Dr. Charlene Reid could find herself in a four-way race as the FNM's candidate for Pine Ridge. This as former FNM Frederick McAlpine indicating another run as an independent candidate in that Grand Bahama seat. Reid, like her opponent, Minister for Grand Bahama PLP incumbent Ginger Moxie, is depending on her connection to the community she resides in.
I owe the people of Pine Ridge a great debt. I started my dental office there. I've been out in the community. I see what's happening. I'm on the ground. And I know that they need true leadership, and I want their support.
For Mike Holmes, the race is far more complicated and, dare to say, harder. He's going up against the incumbent in Prime Minister Philip Davis, representing the FNM in the three-island constituency of Cat Island, Rumkey, and San Salvador. He took a swipe at Davis's track record there as his possible in.
He was there now for 35 years, and he's still working on some issues. For instance, the clinic 17 years ago is still not yet completed. He started some more work, and they're still not yet completed.
Back in New Providence is a message of opportunity for party candidate Davin Russell, who has chosen another PLP stronghold, Centerville, as a place he wants to cement his plans. 20 years waiting, and 2 previous runs and a nomination have brought him here.
So one of the things that I'd like to do is some innovative entrepreneurship type programs for free, especially for the young people. We're moving to an age of AI, and I think that we are uniquely positioned to be able to offer classes like that to introduce the young people to alternative sources of income.
Newly ratified Nassau Village candidate Gadville McDonald had a rough road to nomination after he was unsuccessful in a bid for Marathon. Party insiders say a very narrow vote got him to the finish line for this round.
It's economic opportunities. I mean, when you go in these communities, you see that young people's hopes are dashed. And so we want to restore their hope in their community and within their country. And so I'm offering a unique partnership where we can together drive meaningful results on behalf of the community.
For these newly minted candidates, theirs is an uphill battle, each in a race with strong incumbents and strong PLP support. Reporting for Our News, I'm Jerome Sawyer.
All right, thanks for that, Jerome. The Department of Immigration reporting 106 foreign nationals apprehended in the last week, 48 of them already convicted of overstaying and illegal landing. The other 58 captured in a warehouse on Fire Trail Road in a recent immigration bust. The largest group, 80 Panamanians, 36 of them convicted, along with 12 Haitians in the magistrate's court. All pleading guilty Tuesday with sentences ranging from fines of $300 to $3,000 or 4 months to 1 year in prison. Meanwhile, still awaiting court appearances, the 44 other Panamanians, along with 7 Colombians, 5 Ecuadorians, 1 Haitian, and 1 Venezuelan. These foreign nationals captured in that immigration bust on January 31st in a Fire Trail Road warehouse. Now, everyone taken in the arrest now being held at the detention center. Not much else is known about the incident except officials say it was a targeted operation. All right, we've got much more to get to tonight, but for now, it's time for your first look at temperatures. Meteorologist Greg Thompson, he is standing by in the Weather Center. Greg?
Yeah, thanks, Kendi, and a happy Thursday evening, everybody. Very windy conditions on the outside. We have that funnel boundary pushing into the area. We'll show that in a short while, but 71 degrees is our current temperature. We have some cloudy skies out there. Light precipitation expected. West-northwest winds at 28 miles per hour, and it's gusting high at times. Feels like temperature is in the low 70s. Temperatures right now around the Family of Islands, we are settling into the low to mid 60s across the Northern Islands. 63 in Freeport, Grand Bahama, Alistown, Bimini, 65. Then we pick up 67 in Marsh, Harbour, Abaco, 69s in Great Harbour Key, Nicholstown, Andros. Here in the capital, 71, 74 over in Governor's Harbour. Central Bahamas, 72 in Kemps Bay, South Andros, 76 Black Point, Exuma, Georgetown, Exuma, 73 there. 73 also in Cuba Town, San Salvador, Arthurstown, Cat Island, 70 Port Nelson, Rum Key, 75. Deadman's Key, Long Island, 76. And then warmer still in the southeast Bahamas, 78 in Duncantown, Ragged Island, and Providenciales, Turks and Caicos. And then pick up 77s, the rest of the islands, Colonel Hill, Crooked Island, Electable Bay, Abrahams Bay, Iguana, and in Matthewtown, Inagua, you are 77 at this hour. Satellite radar composite. We have two systems affecting us. One, a surface trough near the southeast Bahamas. That's pumping a lot of moisture across that area. We're also seeing some showers and some thunderstorms across there. We also have a very potent front, another strong one moving into the northwest Bahamas as we speak. We'll continue to push towards the southeast. Some showers and thunderstorms expected overnight, but once this front goes through, you will see the nice cool air coming behind that. That's your first look at weather. Stick with us. We'll take a look at your extended forecast when we come back.
Coming up in sports, it's deadline day. Buddy's headed to the Hawks, EG's headed to the Grizzlies, Jazz is headed to Great Britain. Well, not literally, he's just playing for them, but he's headed to Houston. I'll explain later.
Tasty pieces of chicken, thighs, and legs for just $20. Add a large side for $5. This February, love deserves a bucket. KFC, it's finger-licking good.
Throughout our lifetime, we must all make decisions. No matter how we choose, the right one just needs to be made. Like having J.S. Johnson Insurance Agents and Brokers as your insurance partner. We've been serving the Bahamas for over 100 years. Whether you need home, motor, marine, or commercial insurance, make the right decision. Call 397-2100 or visit jsjohnson.com.
J.S. Johnson Insurance. Peace of mind.
Do you think you know domestic violence? Think again. It is not just physical, emotional, financial, or sexual abuse, and it doesn't discriminate. If you feel intimidated, harassed, or manipulated, you're not alone. The Bahamas Crisis Center and the Domestic Violence Task Force are here. I am Sergeant 3992 Tamika Neely. Let's break the silence on domestic violence. Let's create safer communities.
Welcome to Our Sports at 7, presented by 10th Year Seniors. I'm Ronaldo Dorset. Let's do show. As Bahamian basketball fans, we always have nervous energy around the trade deadline. The laundry in the NBA changes, but you know what they can't get traded from? Team Bahamas. And that is what's most important. It was an active NBA trade deadline both for Buddy Hield and Eric Gordon, as the veteran sharpshooters were on the move. The Golden State Warriors traded Hield along with forward Jonathan Kuminga to the Atlanta Hawks in exchange for Kristaps Porzingis. On the East Coast, the 76ers traded Eric Gordon and a 2032 second-round pick swap to the Memphis Grizzlies. Gordon, a veteran guard on a one-year minimum deal, has only appeared in 6 games this season, averaging just over 12 minutes and 5 points per game. Great Britain baseball just got some major star power, and please do not make the false equivalency with the Rick Fox Team Canada thing. That's not how any of this works. Jazz Chisholm Jr. is headed back to Team Great Britain, this time for the main event, the World Baseball Classic, and this time as an established MLB All-Star. It will be Chisholm's first appearance for Great Britain since he suited up as an 18-year-old at the World Baseball Classic qualifier in Brooklyn, New York. A pair of Bahamian hoopers have been putting up big numbers recently, hasn't translated to team wins, but that's a secondary issue for us. Frederick King's 8th double-double of the season helped the Murray State Racers end a 4-game skid with an 81-74 win over the UIC Flames. He finished with 16 points and 14 rebounds and has notched 5 double-doubles in his last 7 games. In the SEC, Ole Miss has struggled. Not the women. Coach Yo has them cooking. The men's team has struggled, but AJ Storr continues to put up numbers. He scored 16 points in an 84-66 loss to number 25 Tennessee. That'll do it for Our Sports. Stay tuned to Our News at 7:30 for details on these stories and more.
When our news comes back from the break, we turn our spotlight to stories making headlines across the world as U.S. brokered talks back underway, but Ukraine accuses Russia of escalating attacks. We'll tell you the second round of negotiations straight ahead. And fresh Epstein allegations and a public admission of regret from the UK Prime Minister, who says he was misled by a former British diplomat. The story when our news returns.
Hey, Greg Thompson here, and thank you for watching. Be sure to hit that.
Pay for it online.
You say that like it's a bad thing.
Online is just the first step.
They have next weekday delivery in Nassau, Monday to Friday.
What if I don't live in Nassau?
WhimAuto.com will send it to the mailbox.
What if I don't want nobody knowing where I live?
They have a store.
What if I don't want to come inside because I don't like air conditioning?
They have a drive-thru.
If you love WhimAuto.com so much, why don't you just marry it?
If Whim Auto starts selling fries, we're gonna have to reassess this entire relationship.
Introducing the Easy Renew portal, brought to you by the National Insurance Board. Renewing your national insurance card has never been easier.
I can renew our cards right from the comfort of our home.
And it's so convenient.
Wow. Whether you're at work or studying hard at the library, even when you're on the go or enjoying retirement.
This is so easy.
Day or night, the Easy Renew portal is there for you. Easy Renew portal. Convenience at your fingertips.
This is the ride on the weekend with my grandma to this place, Burger King Nassau, where grandma enjoyed her favorite flame grilled Whopper with fresh veggies, flame grilled beef just the way she likes it. And then I enjoyed my cheeseburger kids meal with a special treat.
And now, all grown up, I get to enjoy Burger King with these people, my friends. Enjoying the same classic flame grilled Whopper. Let's just say, we know flame grilled tastes better.
Oh, isn't that nice? Wait, you missed it? Ah, you haven't been on the website. Here's how TDC can help you. Whether you're turning your home into a vacation rental, pitching a business idea, or growing what you've already started, the TDC is here to help. Visit tdcbahamas.com for every conversation, event, grant, and opportunity happening near you. Tourism is all of our business, and the TDC is here to support yours.
This is our news. Welcome back. We turn our attention now to stories making headlines across the world. U.S. brokered talks aimed at ending the war in Ukraine are back underway as fighting continues on the ground. Ukrainian and Russian negotiators opened a second round of negotiations Thursday in Abu Dhabi in what officials describe as a trilateral format involving Ukraine, Russia, and the United States. The meetings come after Ukraine's president accused Moscow of using a recent U.S.-backed energy truce to stockpile weapons and then launch a record number of ballistic missile attacks this week. Britain's Prime Minister now saying he regrets appointing the country's former U.S. Ambassador Peter Mandelson amid fresh allegations tied to Jeffrey Epstein. The Prime Minister told lawmakers he was misled about the extent of the ambassador's connection to the late sex offender and says those allegations are disgraceful. British police have now opened an investigation into claims the former diplomat leaked market-sensitive information to Epstein, a potential case of misconduct in public office. Within hours of those comments, the former ambassador announced he would step down from the UK's upper house of parliament and has also been removed from the King's formal advisory body.
To learn that there was a cabinet minister leaking sensitive information at the height of the response to the 2008 crash is beyond infuriating. And I am as angry as the public and any member of this House. Mandelson betrayed our country, our Parliament, and my party. Mr. Speaker, he lied repeatedly to my team when asked about his relationship with Epstein before and during his tenure as ambassador. I regret appointing him. If I knew then what I know now, he would never have been anywhere near government.
And Cubans on Tuesday urging talks with the United States as fuel shortages and blackouts worsen across the island. The crisis has intensified after the U.S. moved to block oil shipments to Cuba, including supplies from Mexico and Venezuela, driving up food and transportation costs and triggering hours-long power outages, even in Havana. A senior Cuban diplomat says exchanges with the U.S. have not yet become a formal dialogue.
Everyone is concerned, of course. If Venezuela isn't sending fuel and Mexico isn't sending it, who is going to send it? China and Russia are far away and have always supplied very little gas. Of course it's worrying, but anyway, let's hope it gets resolved. The situation has gotten much worse. It's been bad since, well, forever. But it's been getting worse, and I know it's going to keep getting worse. The time will come when we won't have any more electricity or gasoline or even gas for cooking.
And with a dramatic drop in temperatures across the region, it's hard to miss the news of thousands of cold, stunned iguanas piling up across Florida. It's prompted a cleanup campaign that led to the removal of thousands of the invasive species in the Sunshine State. But there's also been recent sightings of green iguanas right here in New Providence. Earlier this week, our Jasmine Brown spotted two near a popular wetland sanctuary in the heart of New Providence. She tells us more in tonight's Sustainability First.
Bahamas First, putting sustainability first for our people and our environment. What's first for you and the planet comes first for us.
Reports of iguana sightings are increasing across the country, and according to one naturalist, it's having a major impact on the environment.
So the green iguana is becoming an increasingly concerning invasive species here in the Bahamas. We've seen so much reports recently of people seeing iguanas.
One of those spottings was reported by the Tribune newspaper last month, following the capture of a large green iguana in Adelaide. Naturalist Elijah Sands says sightings of green iguanas are increasing and also cautioned that the country's response is lagging when it comes to dealing with the invasive species.
We've seen green iguanas in the Bahamas for many years, actually, especially in areas like Bimini and the Berry Islands. There's really thriving populations. But people are now starting to see them more in Nassau, and that means the species is growing, the population is expanding.
And we saw that firsthand as we set up for this interview at the wetlands just west of Bahamar Boulevard. In a matter of minutes, we spotted these two large green iguanas. While they're popping up in communities across the country, green iguanas are not native to the Bahamas. In places where they have established large populations, the reptiles have been known to strip vegetation and impact infrastructure by burrowing underground. It's become a major issue for Florida. During a recent cold snap, more than 5,000 invasive green iguanas were removed from Florida's ecosystems. Sands says the last thing anyone wants to happen is the Bahamas having as big a green iguana issue as Florida, adding that there needs to be a plan in place to deal with it before it's too late to reverse the impact on the environment. Reporting for Our News and reminding you to put sustainability first, I'm Jasmine Brown.
Still to come in Our News, today in history, find out interesting facts about the day that was February 5th. Then in Our News at 7:30, free eye tests, free glasses, and smiles all around. How a global mission is changing lives right here at home in tonight's Grander View. But first, once a PLP stronghold, now a political battleground. Boundary changes, new constituencies, and F&M candidates say they're ready to deliver when Our News returns.
Welcome to Paradise Games, where exceptional service meets the ultimate gaming experience. Our dedicated team is here to make every visit a win.
Now this is paradise.
This is more than just a place to play.
Now this is paradise.
It's where excitement meets world-class service.
Now this is paradise.
Now this is paradise.
Come, experience it for yourself. Now this is paradise.
Bing bang bing. Bing bang bing. Bing bing bang. Bang bang bang. Bing bang bing. Bing bang bing. Bing bing bang. Bang bang bang. Bing bang bing. Bang bang. Bing bang bing. Bing bang bing. Bing bing bang.
More than 20 years in the making and still growing. Everywhere you turn, our news is there. From Charybdis to Karakom and Chogam, the commendation of a queen, the coronation of a king, the controversies, our culture, in times of conscience and collective grief, connecting the stories of a country coming into its own, from then to now and still to come. Our news is everywhere, always there when it counts.
On this day in Bahamian history, in 1717, King George I appointed Woodes Rogers as royal governor, tasking him with wiping out piracy and establishing formal government in the colony. In 1865, Anglo-Irish soldier Edward Nichols died in London. After the War of 1812, soldiers who served under him later settled in the Bahamas, founding what is now called Nicholstown, Andros. And in 1942, Dr. Irvis Lemonade Bain was born in Nassau, the artist and theologian who designed the Bahamian flag and coat of arms. To learn more about the events that shaped the day that was February 5th, head over to ournews.bs. And that, of course, is going to do it for us. The news at 7. Natalia Hall is up next at 7:30. But first, it's time now for Thursday is the new Friday with entertainment correspondent Danielle Miller. And tonight, Denny, I believe you may be shopping at Bella Diva clothing store?
Hey, Ken, I am in one of my happy places, and that is here at Bella Diva. She's been styling me for a number of years. Yes, I did say styling because sometimes I don't have the mental capacity to go and choose my own clothes myself. So she literally puts together for me clothes for the season, and she has been a lifesaver. And I am here because there is so much coming up in the next few months, but starting off with Valentine's. And speaking of Valentine's, in our 7:30 p.m. broadcast, I have for you a report on how to find your sweet thing some sweet treats. All right, guys and gals, you know the drill. Until next weekend, deuces. Back to you in studio.
All right.
Danny's
getting her Valentine fit together.
Listen, is Valentine's a big day for you?
Yep.
Is it generally a big day?
Yeah, it is. It means a lot to me. All right.
I know.
Thanks so much, Candino. Well, stay tuned to our news on Thursdays to see more escapades like that one with our Daniel Miller. And love is in the air this February on our TV. Channel 212 celebrate Love Month with 5 all-new Hallmark movies guaranteed to warm your heart. Enjoy the soulful journey of Nashville legacy, workplace sparks, and return to office, the romance of an unexpected Valentine, plus royal charm in the reluctant royal and the royal we. Be sure to check your on-screen guide for showtimes, grab your blanket, and cozy up with our TV where love lives all February long. Here are your latest headlines. First tonight on our news at 7:30, NBA champion and newly ratified F&M candidate for Garden Hills, Rick Fox, joins On the Record tonight to tell his side of the story and explain his decision to enter frontline politics. Plus, the F&M's ratification of 12 candidates is reshaping the political landscape, confirming several high-stakes Family Island races, including a closely watched battle in Andros. Also, the health ministers in Abaco today signing contracts for long-awaited renovations to the Cherokee Sound Clinic as government pushes ahead with healthcare upgrades in the Family Islands. And later, a 23-year-old car importer has been fined and placed on probation after swindling 6 clients out of more than $50,000. The story when our news at 7:30 returns.
The same underlying technologies generating possibilities we may desire also potentially open the door to terrible accidents and abuses.
Forget them flower, forget them check. You know it's Tommy, get the respect. AP is hot, we sitting close. Grease on your lip, that's how I know. You is my person, that ain't no secret. You sharing, I might keep
and legs for just $20. Add a large side for $5. This February, love deserves a bucket. KFC, it's finger-licking good.
Throughout our lifetime, we must all make decisions. No matter how we choose, the right one just needs to be made. Like having J.S. Johnson Insurance Agents and Brokers as your insurance partner. We've been serving the Bahamas for over 100 years. Whether you need home, motor, marine, or commercial insurance, make the right decision. Call 397-2100 or visit jsjohnson.com.
J.S. Johnson Insurance. Peace of mind.
Do you think you know domestic violence? Think again. It is not just physical, emotional, financial, or sexual abuse, and it doesn't discriminate. If you feel intimidated, harassed, or manipulated, you're not alone. The Bahamas Crisis Center and the Domestic Violence Task Force are here. I am Sergeant 3992 Tamika Neely. Let's break the silence on domestic violence. Let's create safer communities.
Welcome to our news. Thanks so much for joining us. I'm Natalia Hall. First tonight, election season is underway and a familiar face has stepped up and put his hat in the race. NBA champion Rick Fox is now in the political spotlight, headlining the Free National Movement slate of candidates as the party looks to shake up the race. Tuesday night, the FNM ratified 12 candidates with 10 new faces entering the political arena. Fox was officially ratified as the FNM candidate for the Garden Hills constituency and will go up against PLP incumbent in Youth, Sports and Culture Minister Mario Boleg. The FNM candidate is breaking his silence tonight on the Record with host Jerome Sawyer, explaining why now was the moment to step forward. He also reflected on his work on the ground since Hurricane Dorian in 2019.
Decided, you know what, the next 50 years of my life, if I should be so blessed by God to stay on this earth for another 50, I need to take all of this fortune that I've amassed in terms of not money, but in experience and network and knowledge and blessings, and bring that and share that with the people that I'm most passionate about and the country I'm most passionate about. That hurricane was the first moment that I got to do that, not through just donating money or raising money, which I did, but was to actually be a part of solving the problem on the ground. Raised funds, we built the school in Abaco to rebuild it, to get it back up and running. Did that.
Well, to hear more from Fox and his vision for Garden Hills, be sure to tune into On the Record tonight at 8. The Free National Movement announcement of 12 new candidates has confirmed quite a few hotly contested Family Island races. Take, for instance, Andros. Here's our Jerome Sawyer with more.
Traditionally a progressive Liberal Party stronghold, Andros at one time held 3 constituencies by 3 cabinet ministers, including late Prime Minister Sir Lynden Pinley. But a second party defeat and Sir Lynden's retirement in 1997 forced a by-election, putting South Andros in the Free National Movement's win column for the first time. Successive elections have made the island a battleground, with now 2 seats generally going the way of the government. But will a shift in boundaries make a difference, at least in the north? Nurse Janice Oliver is coming in on a promise to address some nagging issues.
Infrastructure in North Andros is a serious issue, and there are some interventions that need to take place. You know, we've been without a fire engine for a while, and that has been quite taxing. As you would have seen a few weeks ago, we would have fires on the beach. Persons would have lost all of their stalls.
Carlton Boleg, who sources confirm was working in the constituency in the hopes of taking that nomination, will now have to switch his focus to a newly created constituency, Bimini and the Barry Islands. The Barrys once formed part of that North Andros seat. He told reporters he welcomes the new assignment, but not before touting some successes.
Let me first also thank the people of North Andros for the work that we have accomplished. From the bridges to the roads to the water lines to renaming a school.
In South Andros, a well-known voice and face is seeking to give the FNM that seat once again. Former ZNS sportscaster Julian Gibson got the official nod after seeking the nomination from the last go-round.
This is for the people of South, Central and Mangrove Key. I just their face. Anytime I go in the House Assembly, I will take their ideas
their suggestions and make it better.
Family Island seats are critical to an election and can often deliver the government when a party loses ground in New Providence. But just like some Nassau seats, these islands are sometimes bastions of party support, giving rise to hotly contested races as elections now loom closer than ever. Reporting for Our News, I'm Jerome Sawyer.
Thanks so much for that, Jerome. Well, improved healthcare access is going to the island of Abaco. This as the Ministry of Health moved forward with new investments in community clinics. The Ministry of Health has signed a contract for the construction of a new clinic in Cherokee, Abaco, valued at approximately $260,000 with a contingency of about 15%. And that took place today. Officials say construction is expected to be completed within the next 4 months, bringing much needed medical services closer to residents in the area. In addition, government has also signed another contract today for repairs to the Cooperstown Clinic, valued at just over $10,000. Now, both projects are expected to significantly improve healthcare services and provide faster access to immediate medical response, reducing the need for residents to travel to the main Marsh Harbor Healthcare Facility. Now, our Joshua Williams is on the ground in Abaco, and we'll have more on these developments in tomorrow's newscast. Switching gears now, a 23-year-old car importer who swindled 6 clients out of $54,000 has been fined $7,500 and sentenced to probation after he failed to make good on a promise to repay his victims. Jaheim Dixon will spend 3 years in prison if he doesn't pay the fine. Magistrate Abigail Farrington also ordered Dixon to stay out of trouble for the next 2 years. If he's convicted of any offense while on probation, he'll be jailed for 3 years. Dixon pleaded guilty to 6 counts of stealing by reason of service on December 24, 2025. Between June and December 2025, Dixon received over $50,000 from 5 clients for whom he was supposed to bring in cars. But Dixon stopped responding to his customers' messages after he got paid, and they never received their vehicles. He also received $2,000 in November for a radiator that he never produced. Well, nice weather conditions on this Friday, Junior. What can we expect as we approach the weekend? Meteorologist Greg Thompson is in the Weather Center with your first look. Greg, a few showers earlier.
Yeah, thanks, Natalia, and a happy Thursday evening, everybody. Windy conditions on the outside, temperatures comfortable, 71 degrees with some cloudy skies. Winds out of the west-northwest at 28 miles per hour. Feels like temperature is at 72. Satellite radar composite, 2 systems affecting us. A surface trough near the southeast Bahamas, cloudy conditions as well as some showers and some thunderstorms across that area. We also have a very potent and strong cold front coming into the northwest Bahamas. That's going to continue to race towards the southeast. Both of these will merge and push towards the southeast Bahamas by tomorrow evening. But behind that, a nice change in the temperature. Your cold air lovers, it's coming. So get ready for it. That's a quick check on conditions around the island. Stick with us. We'll take a look at your extended forecast when we come back.
Still to come on Our News, the Church of the Holy Spirit prepares to install a new rector this Friday, a young and relatively new priest. Our Sasha Lightborn has the story straight ahead. And after years of serving East Grand Bahama, the Rosani Lands Project is expanding its reach, bringing eye care and vision support to residents in West Grand Bahama. That's all coming up when Our News returns.
Forget them flower, forget them check. You know it's Tommy, get the respect. Every is hot, we sitting close. Breeze on your lip, that's how I know. You is my person, that ain't no secret. You sharing, I might keep it. Love buckets.
8 tasty pieces of chicken, thighs and legs for just $20. Add a large side for $5. This February, love deserves a bucket. KFC, it's finger licking good.
From 2017, one show has set the standard for current affairs in the Bahamas, and that's On the Record, one of the longest running current affairs shows on our TV. We've been the place where newsmakers come to talk. We've sat down with leaders in government, industry leaders, cultural icons, and international experts. From breaking news to in-depth analysis, our conversation sets the tone for the nation. We've tackled the biggest issues on the planet, held leaders accountable, and given voice to the people. From politics to culture, business to environment, no topic is off limits. Join us every Thursday at 8 p.m. and again on Sunday at 8 p.m. Catch us streaming live on Facebook or catch up with your favorite episode on our YouTube channel. 9 seasons strong, and we're just getting started. This is On the Record.
Conflict doesn't have to end in chaos. Before it escalates, take a breath. Step back. Choose peace. Listen to understand. Respectful conversations lead to real solutions. I am Sergeant 3599 Johnson of the Royal Bahamas Police Force, urging you, let's talk it out, not fight it out.
The Church of the Holy Spirit is set to get a new rector this Friday, but he's still relatively new and relatively young to the Anglican priesthood. Our Sasha Lightborn spoke to Father Eric Miller ahead of his institution, induction, and installation. She tells us more in this report.
By the end of the day tomorrow, Reverend Father Eric Miller will be installed as the 10th rector of the Church of the Holy Spirit in Chippingham. Still a relatively young priest, only 33 years old, Father Miller has a lot of plans for his new church home, but top among them being a priest for all who come through the church doors.
It's just to be a steady pastor and teacher and counselor and friend and son to others and father to others and a priest for all. I want our church to always understand that we must be impactful to the community that's around us. As I say, the Holy Spirit, the church is not a relic, it is an organism. It is not something to be gazed upon. It is something that's living, that's breathing. It ought to affect the community that's around it in a very real and impactful way. Drawing more youthful people here within the parish, drawing them back in to this place and to cause them to recognize that their spiritual journey is necessary.
And this is not his first rodeo. Father Miller, who will celebrate his 8th anniversary as a priest this year, has served at several churches, including on the Family Islands and back here in New Providence. That means he's learned a lot.
Throughout each posting, I would have learned different aspects of ministry and different appreciations for liturgy and the way people worship as well, but also the different dynamics of ministry across our islands as well.
Father Miller also sharing that he does his best to keep his life balanced between his church family and family at home.
I must admit, I'm still trying to figure out the balance in terms of my church life and family life. I get it right sometimes and I get it wrong sometimes, but I'm thankful for a wife who understands the church. I'm thankful for the wife who understands the sacrifice, and our 3-year-old who too has coming to understand the responsibility of church and the sacrifices that need to be made even in her young age.
Now, the official institution, induction, and installation of Father Miller will take place right here at Holy Spirit tomorrow beginning at 7 p.m. Reporting for Our News, I'm Sasha Lightborn.
Thanks for that, Sasha. Well, turning to Grand Bahama, for years, the Rosanny Lands Project has been visiting the island, helping to give the gift of sight to residents. During this year's visit, organizers took the donations to a new level, moving the initiative to West Grand Bahama.
What started as a small donation of 50 free glasses distributed from the Salvation Army in the city of Freeport has now expanded to 400 free pairs of glasses being given to residents in Freeport and the 8 Mile Rock community. Rotarian Randy Bob explains how the process works.
We test everybody's eyes, and then we determine from a portable eye machine, we determine what's the best prescription to make for the people, then we plug it in. Then we also, for people who can't be helped by far vision or by regular vision, then we also provide readers. Some people need both.
The Rosanny Lands Project began in 2019 and has since provided glasses to thousands of people across 21 countries and 5 continents.
Just seeing people's eyes and their smiles when they go from 2400 to 2020 It's amazing and it's life-changing.
I've had cataracts at a very young age, and then I also have had very severe retinal detachments in both of my eyes, and I know what it's like to lose your vision and how difficult it is to just go through daily life without having vision. And so I'm so thankful that I've had healing and able to give back and help others have the gift of sight.
The initiative is in partnership with the local Rotary Clubs of Grand Bahama. Rotarian Betty Van Loo sharing that they quickly exceeded their goal and they've truly seen instant results.
Up to yesterday, we saw 348 persons. And so far today, which is Saturday, we have seen 105. So, and still counting. It was a joy that we were able to test a lot of the students from the Malrock High School during the week, and even today, children in the community. And it's amazing that kids are not aware that they should be seeing better than they are seeing.
These residents also sharing their excitement to have improved vision.
I would like to read my Bible, so it's come good in, in hand.
Now you can see your Bible.
Very much, yes.
Much better. I could see further. And I could see smaller letters, I'd say.
So how do you feel?
Better.
Reporting for Our News, I'm Megan Shepard.
Coming up in sports, so many hip-hop references we can make about moving to the A and moving to Memphis, but that's exactly what Buddy has to do and what EG has to do. 8 years later, Jazz plans to suit up for Great Britain, and the production continues for a pair of college hoop stars.
Whether you're battling a chronic condition or offsetting a new injury, Doctors Hospital's comprehensive rehab services offer the help you need now.
Go to doctors.
3 advanced facilities at Collins Avenue, Carmichael Road, and Cable Beach means your personalized plan for care is just a visit away. From physiotherapy to occupational therapy and speech and language pathology, our team approach is all about rebuilding together. For a full list of services, visit doctorshosp.com/rehabilitation. Doctors Hospital, trusted and best care now. Isn't your health worth it?
Welcome to Paradise Games, where exceptional service meets the ultimate gaming experience. Our dedicated team is here to make every visit a win.
Now this is paradise.
This is more than just a place to play.
Now this is paradise.
It's where excitement meets world-class service.
Now this is paradise.
Now this is paradise.
Come experience it for yourself. Now this is paradise.
What do you get when you're searching for the whole truth?
Less than 24 hours after the body of 12-year-old was discovered on a track road on Faith Avenue, police say
You get the most comprehensive half hour of news.
Breach of the party's constitution. Behind me is what remains of the Victoria Court apartment complex.
Our News at 7 brings you that truth in all of the day's top stories, sports, and our view of the world. Join me, Kendino Knowles, weeknights for Our News at 7. Stay with the team you already trust.
Welcome to Our Sports, presented by 10th Year Seniors. I'm Ronaldo Dorset. Let's do show. As Bahamian basketball fans, we always have nervous energy around the trade deadline. The laundry in the NBA changes, but you know what they can't get traded from? Team Bahamas. And that is what's most important. It was an active NBA trade deadline both for Buddy Hield and Eric Gordon, as the veteran sharpshooters were on the move. The Golden State Warriors traded Hield along with forward Jonathan Kuminga to the Atlanta Hawks in exchange for Kristaps Porzingis. This season, we saw Hield's role reduced with the Warriors, averaging about 8 points per game while shooting mid-30s from three-point range, well below his career standards. Despite that dip in production, his reputation as one of the league's most dangerous catch-and-shoot threats continues to make him a valuable trade piece. Since being drafted in 2016, Hield has now been traded 5 times, first from New Orleans to Sacramento, then from the Kings to Indiana, later to Philadelphia, then to Golden State in a multi-team deal, and now to Atlanta. Over his career, he has averaged around 15 points per game while shooting close to 40% from beyond the arc. On the East Coast, the 76ers traded Eric Gordon and a 2032 second-round pick swap to the Memphis Grizzlies. Gordon, a veteran guard on a one-year minimum deal, has only appeared in 6 games this season, averaging just over 12 minutes and 5 points per game. He made 45 total appearances, 13 starts, in his time with the Sixers. Over 17 NBA seasons and more than 900 career games, Gordon has averaged over 15 points per game. This season, he has served as a mentor to VJ Edgecombe, helping his transition from the college game to the 76ers. Great Britain baseball just got some major star power, and please do not make the false equivalency with the Rick Fox Team Canada thing. That's not how any of this works. Jazz Chisholm Jr. is headed back to Team Great Britain, this time for the main event, the World Baseball Classic, and this time as an established MLB All-Star. It will be Chisholm's first appearance for Great Britain since he suited up as an 18-year-old at the World Baseball Classic qualifier in Brooklyn, New York. With 9 Bahamians on their roster, either as players or members of the coaching staff, Great Britain made history at the most recent WBC in pool play and automatically qualified for the main event in 2026. The Bahamian footprint has been integral in Great Britain's rise to international prominence. At this year's WBC, they will compete in pool play alongside the United States, Mexico, Italy, and Brazil. Chisholm won't be the only Bahamian player or coach to join Team Great Britain for this year's WBC. We'll fill you in with the details as more roster updates are announced. A pair of Bahamian hoopers have been putting up big numbers recently. Hasn't translated to team wins, but that's a secondary issue for us. Frederick King's 8th double-double of the season helped the Murray State Racers end a 4-game skid with an 81-74 win over the UIC Flames. He finished with 16 points and 14 rebounds and has notched 5 double-doubles in his last 7 games. The Racers improved to 11-1 at home this season, 17-7 overall, 9-4 in Missouri Valley Conference play. In the SEC, Ole Miss has struggled, not the women. Coach Yo has them cooking. The men's team has struggled, but AJ Storr continues to put up numbers. He scored 16 points in an 84-66 loss to number 25 Tennessee. That'll do it for our sports. This is 10YS, and Deadline Day should teach us all not to trip over the emotions of employers. A few months ago, Buddy bailed the Warriors out of a Game 7 to keep their season alive. His bosses didn't care, neither do yours. Focus on yourself.
When our news comes back from the break, Valentine's Day is just over a week away, and tonight we're showing you some of the sweetest gifts and treats to help you celebrate love and style. That's all coming up when our news returns.
The future of energy in the Bahamas is changing, and renewable energy is leading the way. At Inti Corporation, we're proud to be a part of that change as a Bahamian-led engineering, procurement, and construction company focused on building smarter, more sustainable solutions. Whether it's through our work with the government of the Bahamas and private sector partners, or our push to bring solar and other renewable systems to more communities, we're helping to push the envelope on national energy goals.
Inti supports and shows me that we all have a part to play, no matter how small. Something as simple as turning off unused lights can help reduce our impact on the environment. At Inti, they remind us that every action counts. And with young people and the government both stepping up, it feels possible.
And it's not just talk. They're opening doors for Bahamians to train and work in renewable energy, no matter your background, proving that the key to sustainability is the sharing of knowledge. We are the future, and we take flight with Inti.
Too many suffer in silence, but silence only protects the abuser. Your feelings are real. Your safety matters. It's time to break the silence. If someone is hurting you, speak up. We will listen. We will help. I am Police Constable 4286 Sinead Douglas of the Royal Bahamas Police Force. Let us build safer communities together.
This is our news. Welcome back. Cloudy conditions and unsettled weather across the islands, courtesy of two systems. One, a surface trough near the southeast Bahamas, producing quite a bit of clouds, as well as some showers and some thunderstorm activity across that area. We also have a very strong front, that's second front from what we had last week. Not as cold behind it, but we will see some cooler temperatures That front is racing through the northwest Bahamas as we speak. Some showers and thunderstorms out ahead of that and along its boundary will continue to affect portions of the northwest Bahamas. This front will merge with that surface trough in the southeast Bahamas by tomorrow and expected to push towards the southeast and move out of our area by Friday evening. Behind that, a cold, chill air mass is expected to spread across the area. You notice the dip in the clouds across the north and central portions of the North America. That's the cold air that's going to be coming across our area for the weekend. Future forecast showing the moisture with the surface trough across the central and southeast Bahamas. That will pull out towards the east, and that frontal boundary racing towards that and catching up with that. Once again, clearing conditions by Saturday. Nice to get outside, but make sure you wear a jacket or a sweater. Boating forecast, gale warnings for the northwest Bahamas. Dangerous rip currents out there, northwesterly winds. They will be picking up 20 to 30 knots, gusting to near gale or gale at times. Seas 5 to 8 feet near shore, but building 7 to 10 feet offshore in north to northwesterly swells. High tide is at 10:36 tonight, the low tide at 4:49 in the morning. Central and southeast Bahamas, a gale watch in effect for you guys down there, but that gale watch will likely be raised to a gale warning for the central Bahamas. Southwesterly winds ahead of the front, shifting northwesterly 15 to 25 knots with occasional gust in near gale. Seas 5 to 7 feet, building 6 to 9 feet offshore. Here's a look now at your national forecast. In the extended forecast, that front will race through us. Should be in the southeast Bahamas by tomorrow, but temperatures will take a big dip. We're looking for 60s during the daytime hours and some 50s at night. But temperatures will start to warm up. We have a secondary front or cooler rush of air mass coming through, dipping our temperatures back on Sunday, but we start to climb back near the 80-degree mark by next week. That's a look at our weather. Make it a safe night, everybody.
All right, thanks so much for that, Greg. Well, have you picked up a Valentine's Day gift for that special someone yet? Or are you still wondering what to buy? If flowers and perfume feel a little predictable this year, our Daniel Miller has a sweet idea you might want to add to your shopping list.
Roses, perfume, dinners, and jewelry are all classic Valentine's Day gifts. But one thoughtful option many people often overlook is something sweet. From pastries to cookies and cakes, founder of TD Cakes, Bakery and Dessert, Charlicia Green shares how dessert is becoming a popular way to show love.
What would a female appreciate as a sweet treat on Valentine's Day?
Well, Valentine's Day, we're going to have a lot of sweet treats, but the most popular option right now is our raspberry rose lychee cheesecake. And I think we have gotten so many requests for that outside of Valentine's Day that definitely that would be an awesome treat for her for Valentine's.
Cheesecake to me feels sexy, and then there's also the chocolate strawberries.
We're going to have lots of chocolate dipped strawberries with different varieties of dippings and toppings on it.
While sweets may be an easy choice for her, Green says shopping for men takes a slightly different approach.
Men are kind of tricky to purchase for. They like more I would say decadent items like brownies and cookies.
And when it comes to Valentine's treats for the little ones, Green says there's one option that never fails.
Kids always love cupcakes and you can't go wrong. They love the icing, they love the actual cake. You can't go wrong with a cupcake for kids.
Reporting for Our News, I'm Danielle Miller.
Sounds great. Thanks so much for that, Danielle. And thank you for joining us for our news tonight. On behalf of the entire team, I'm Natalia Hall. We'll see you tomorrow night. Have a great evening.